Welcome to my channel, detailing events throughout the decades. 2010 Haiti Earthquake. It was January 12, 2010, when around 4:53 p.m., an earthquake hit just 15 miles southwest of the Haitian capital. The quake had a magnitude of 7.0, and was soon followed by two more aftershocks, which measured 5.9 and 5.5. Aftershocks would be felt several days after the main quake occurred. Shocks were felt throughout Haiti and the Dominican Republic, as well as in parts of Cuba, Jamaica, and Puerto Rico. The populated region around Port-au-Prince was heavily affected. Due to Haiti's lack of building codes, many of the buildings affected did not have adequate reinforcements, and just disintegrated under the force of the quake. Thousands were killed, or left trapped under rubble. Port-au-Prince had still been recovering from two tropical storms and two hurricanes, which hit in August and September 2008. They were not equipped to deal with another disaster like this. In the nights that followed after the quake, many people in Haiti were forced to sleep in the streets or in their cars for shelter. There was also many reports of looting going on in the affected areas. Many countries sent in military personnel to aid with relief efforts. International aid organizations provided medical assistance, food, and water, but many roads were blocked by debris, and a week after the quake, little aid had managed to reach Port-au-Prince. Another week followed, and only supplies had been distributed to other urban areas which could be reached. Hospitals in the area were left unstable, so many of the survivors were forced to wait days to be treated for their injuries. Morgues quickly reached their capacity, and those who had died were stacked in the streets, until decaying bodies meant that they had to be put into a mass grave. It was estimated that the death toll was anywhere from 222,000 to 316,000. Thousands of people were left homeless after the quake. 6 months after the quake had struck, and much of the rubble still remained uncleared. Thousands of bodies still remained trapped under the rubble, and people were forced to live in tents at relief camps. This figure is thought to be as high as 1.6 million people. In October 2010, a cholera epidemic broke out. By the end of 2010, more than 3,333 people had thought to have died because of this. 2 years after the quake, and around half of the rubble at Port-au-Prince had been cleared. However, many buildings were still damaged. And around 500,000 people were still living in tents after remaining homeless. In 2017, the United Nations reported that 2.5 million Haitians were still in need of humanitarian aid. They also reported that around 55,000 people were still living in makeshift camps, with many still living in unsanitary conditions. We hope and pray for all those still homeless today in Haiti. We hope that this soon changes. We forever remember all those who died in this terrible disaster, and all those who were affected. May you always be remembered. Thank you for watching and learning about these events in history. Please subscribe to my channel to view other events which are now part of history, and to never forget this tragic events.